something. Every time I go by myself, I'm good, but then I go to a backcountry bug out and I can't catch anything.
I've been forever since I've bit this fish.
No.
So what we've got here, we've got the Nimravis by Benchmade. This is a 4.5 inch roughly fixed blade with metal handles. We've got a little trout here. I'm gonna take this little dude's head off first. Benchmade makes quick work of that. Slippery little bugger. And hang on to him. Find his little poop hole there. Go right up his belly. Oop. And hang on to him in the snow. Cold fingers and slippery fish. Get that all the way through. Get up into the next layer there and make sure you got it all. Still got some little gut chunks in there. All right, there you go. You got a nice little clean fish. All right, so now we got fish gloop all over our knife and our hands. So how do you get rid of it, right? If you don't have a towel, or you could probably swish it around in the water a little bit, but if you didn't have a lanyard on your knife, you don't want to drop your $200 knife down the ice hole. So you just put some snow on it. You got to be really careful because it's super duper sharp, and you've got a reduced sensation in your hands because your hands are cold. So if you cut yourself, you might not even know it right away. But that snow does a really great job just getting the fish guts off. You want to kind of squeeze it on there and make a little snowball out of it, and you can see all the crap just starts to come off in the snow. So you just kind of pack it on there like that. And when this is clean, I'm just going to set it on my pack in the snow to dry. You don't want to put it back in your sheath when it's wet. And then, so this is a little bit of a tricky part. So you've got a clean knife, but you've still got dirty hands. You don't want to put it back in your sheath. So what do you do with it in the meantime? So it's really dangerous to just throw your knife down in the snow, because when you go digging around looking for it, you might cut yourself on it. So if you put it in the snow, you always want to make sure you turn the blade away from you and put it so that the handle is up so that you can see it. Don't just lay it down flat in the snow. So to clean your hands, you want to find some snow that doesn't have fish guts on it. And I just make a snowball. Get the backs, just kind of make a snowball like that and wipe your hands on the snowball. Get rid of that and do that a couple of times. Your hands are going to get super cold, but they're not going to have fish cooties on it either. So that's one way that you can help keep your backcountry sanitation up without contaminating your hands or your tools with the snow. There you go.
All right, so we've been packing around a lot of weight while we're up here doing the bug out, using this thing called a ski poke, which is this guy right here in this sled. Now, essentially it's a sled with fiberglass cables connected and some nice hardware to attach it to whatever you're going to attach it to. I happen to have a soft webbing tactical belt that I attached it to, which works great. Also, there's eyelets and stuff down here that attach themselves to the sleigh that bend as you walk. You can do this two ways. You can make your cables go straight to your hips, or you can cross them like I've done. I like to cross them because you can see as I turn, so does the sleigh, okay? When they're straight, as you turn, the sleigh doesn't go the direction you want. So if you cross them, that works really well. I've also got that little black furry thing, which is a piece of Velcro that latches these together, and that kind of helps stabilize it. I'm just not using it right at the moment. Now, you can order this whole setup with the poles and everything and this same type of sleigh from skipulk.com. I got a little logo right here. It's skipulk.com, or you can order just the sleigh if you Google it. I got mine from Midland Harbor, and then order the pole kit and the channel kit from Skipulk as well. Whatever you do, I highly suggest you just order the pole kit at a minimum, because the finding fiberglass poles that are this thick and rigid that can handle this type of weight is really, really hard to do. You also can't see it, but on the back of it there's a metal fin system that I've drilled into the bottom of the sleigh, and that's good because it keeps it from sliding when you side hill. It also keeps it from skipping around all over the place if you pull it behind a snowmobile. So one other thing from a backcountry bug out scenario, if I was to take down a deer or something, if I was up here starving and it was a true scenario and we shot a deer, elk, or whatever, I can put so much more weight in this sleigh than I can carry on my own. I'm pretty sure I could put all the meat of one deer in the back of this and bring it home with no problem to smoke it and so forth. So if it's winter and you have the option, get yourself a ski poke set up from skipoke.com. Cooking that fish that we got earlier in the other lake, and cooking it, I'll split the skin off, eat the meat down to the bones. It tends to be an easier way if you've gutted it this way. But I'm using this Mora of Sweden knife. They partnered with a company called Light My Fire, so it's the Light My Fire Mora of Sweden. And this is for you Boy Scouts or budget-minded people. Seriously, if you only had one knife, this would be an awesome choice. It's got in its handle, which is kind of wet right now, a little striker. And comes with a nice little plastic container. Very cheap, but well built. Not cheaply made, but inexpensive. And you can basically just hit this little guy right here, throw some massive sparks because it's got a good sharp edge on the back, and then a razor sharp, see how that's splitting that right open, razor sharp edge on the front. Laying that off in the snow. Anyway, I'm gonna eat my fish. If you're looking for a very good, like phenomenally good bushcraft survival type knife that's got a striker and everything put together, really it's hard to argue that you can go wrong with the Mora of Sweden, so that's what I suggest. Mora of Sweden Light My Fire combo knife.
Our objective for this adventure was to bring enough gear up here to spend 3 days in the backcountry and survive it. We relied on a variety of tools and other equipment to keep us alive as well as keep us fed and as comfortable as we could. The temperatures were ridiculously cold. We were down into the single digits at night. Even though during the day it was nice, it was really gusty. So we had some equipment to do some ice fishing. We caught some fish, and that was nice. They were not giant fish, not enough to feed everybody, so fortunately we had some freeze-dried food also to help us out. Our water froze up pretty quick, so that was a big challenge for us, staying hydrated. We had to constantly rely on our backcountry stoves to melt water in order for us to drink and for us to cook with. So we spent a couple days up here, and we pulled gear behind snowmobiles on a ski poke that you can see at skipoke.com and see how that all goes together. Also, I think we're going to do another video here that breaks down the components of that. We towed those up on snowmobiles, and then we hiked in a little ways on foot, pulling those behind us. That was really a challenge. Going uphill with all that weight was really hard. But we muscled through it. We did it. And our gear performed great. We didn't have any casualties. We didn't have any gear that really didn't perform well. Everything was pretty solid, and everywhere from our firearms to our knives, sleeping bags, tents, the stoves were good. The primitive fire starting equipment was successful just about every time, so we had a really good go of it. We woke up this morning, we busted camp just after sunrise. We packed it all on the ski pokes. We trucked it down the hill behind the snowmobiles, and we're all packed up now and ready to go get some breakfast.